Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw, and welcome back to another questions video. Today's question is, how did you discover metal? So in the comment section below this video, you guys are going to tell me a short story or a summary of how you discovered metal. And if you're a metal reviewer that I know or have talked to in the past and you're interested in making a video response giving your story of how you discovered metal, that'd be awesome to see, and I can't wait to see everybody's comments and maybe video responses if that ever happens. And so, be awesome to see all that. So, anyways, let's go off into my big story. I'm going to try to sum it up and try to shorten some of the things. But basically, I discovered metal twice. I guess you could say the first time that you're about to hear in a few seconds is basically discovering rock and hard rock, but that's up to people's interpretation. So, the story starts when I was about 6 or 7 years old, and before I discovered this certain thing, I was grown up and was basically listening to constantly was Southern gospel music, and you're going, whoa, whoa. And if you know what that is, you're understanding why the whole whoa thing. Because Southern gospel music is Christian music based around Christianity. And that's what I was always brought up on listening to when I was very little, all the way up until I discovered this one thing, is because my dad was in a Southern gospel group, and that's what I was surrounded by all the time when I was little. But when I was about 6 or 7 years old, my dad picked me up from school one day, and he had a black CD case, all black all around, and you open up the CD case, and it's a black CD as well. This turned out to be the classic AC/DC Back in Black, and for a few days out of the week, he'd pick me up from school. That's the first thing I want to listen to, is just something from that, whether it be the actual song Back in Black or something of the sorts. And I would just keep listening to this CD over and over. And there were some parts on some tracks he would skip through because of the lyrical content or stuff like that, but I was a little kid, that's the way he was. And since I discovered this CD when I was with my mom, I would just go searching around trying to find something similar to listening to that CD. Because at the time, I didn't have money to go buy CDs, and I just didn't understand that concept. Well, I discovered 93.3 The Planet, which was a radio station outside of South Carolina. And I would constantly put that on each time I was picked up from school, was taken to school, whatever the case may be. If I'm in the vehicle, I'm turning it to 93.3 The Planet. My mom did not really like that. She did not like me listening to it, but she allowed it because before a certain point, there wasn't any, bad words, or else she wasn't catching them. But this radio station wasn't playing like extreme metal. It was playing rock and hard rockish, maybe some little bitty bits of metal, but it wasn't playing anything too extreme like Cannibal Corpse. No, 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 no. But one infamous time my mom claims she doesn't remember this is that there was a song, and I swear it's Nirvana. I could be 100% wrong, and if you do know this song and it's not Nirvana, please let me know in the comment section. But there was a song that came on that sounds just like Nirvana, and the guy goes, rape me, and he repeats the same line. My mom heard that and went, nope, shut off the radio. And basically from then on called my dad. They were divorced at this point, and basically they were thinking up of a way to get me off of traditional rock and metal and get me to Christian rock and Christian metal. And sadly they did succeed, because then they started trying to throw these bands that my dad was finding that was Christian rock, Christian metal that he finds appropriate, and it did work. But I think what really got me away from the traditional metal was not really the Christian metal or Christian rock. It's because my set of group of friends around middle school really got me into another set of music, which is basically the polar opposite, the complete opposite of metal. My friends got me into rap. And I know you're thinking again, the second time, whoa. I understand. I regret it too. It's something that just happened and I can't explain it. And then my friends who really kind of introduced me to this whole rap thing, I went over to my friend's house, and he wasn't one of the ones that introduced me to rap, but he was a guy that just would listen to anything. I went to his house for the first time, and he had a big computer, and I walked into the room, and he started blasting. I couldn't tell you what it was, but it was amazing. I was like, I don't know what it was. He put that song and other stuff on a CD, wrote out what song is which, what band, and all that, and I was just blown away. And at the same time, around the same day, he introduced me to Guitar Hero 2. And you're going, video games? But that's how it happened. Because that CD alone was just a CD. At the time, I didn't have a vehicle. I couldn't go drive and pick up something or whatever. So I just had this one blank CD with songs on it. But Guitar Hero, I bought the game and was discovering rock and heavy rock and I guess you could say metal depending on what songs are on that game because I don't even remember 100% of the songs. But then Guitar Hero 3 came out, and what was the kicker? If you know if you know my story, then you know the answer. But it was Metallica's one. It was Slayer's Rain and Blood. I got to Metallica's one, and that's what really got me into diving into Metallica and really discovering the discography of that band. And then from then on, it was discovering these bands that just blow my mind today. Trivium, All That Remains, Killswitch Engage. And then from there, from listening to these bands after really discovering them through randomly finding them on the internet or through friends recommending me stuff, then I just started discovering, Dream Theater, Between the Buried and Me, and then Protest the Hero and stuff like that. And then I'm still discovering bands to this day. And I'm not saying that I 100% regret that little mishap where the whole rap thing was my main thing, but I think it really helped me to really understand why I really ultimately turned around and came back to metal, because when I first discovered rock and hard rock, and I guess you could say metal depending on your interpretation of that first part of the story when I was very little, I did not have a full concept or grasp of the genre. I couldn't really, figure out what band is which. Because whatever I heard on that radio station, 98% of the time, 95, 90% of the time, I liked. I just couldn't tell you what band was playing what song it was. I could just tell you I liked it. I couldn't. But now I understand because I'm older and I understand all these things. I mean, obviously I could have understood these things as I got older, but I think that getting away from it and then coming back to really appreciating what I first discovered when I was very little really makes me appreciate it more. So overall, that's the big story right there, is that I discovered it when I was very little, and I got basically thrown off the path into a completely different direction, and now I'm back. And so if you're gonna respond to this video and say that, oh wow, you're not a real fan of metal because you listen to rap and stuff like that, it's because I'm like, I'm gonna laugh at you, because that's just what happened to me. I've been listening to metal music for over 5 years now when I came back to discovering it again, and I want to continue on listening to it. So it's not about questioning if I'm a real metal head or a real, person who really understands metal. It's about, am I a real person? Am I real? Because I feel like that obviously people could just be fake and just say, oh, I like this just to be accepted. If that was the case, then I would listen to the typical crap that everybody else listens to. I listen to metal because I love the music, I love the sound, and I love everything that's a part of metal. So that's what makes me feel like I'm a real metalhead. I'm a real metal lover because I love it for all the right reasons and not love it just because everybody else does. So anyways, guys, sorry about the little thing, but yeah, so I can't wait to read your comments, and I can't wait to see if you do anybody does video responses. That'd be really cool. So thank you guys for watching. Sorry for the long video. So thank you guys for watching. See ya.